Hi, this is Rooney207. Welcome back. For this particular episode, we'll talk about League of Kingdoms and how to prepare for the next continent versus continent. There are two paths players traditionally take. One uh, is probably the more popular one, if feasible, is to migrate to another continent versus continent, and this way they can play a supporting role. They don't have to be a rally leader. They don't have to really contribute to defending the gates or any of that stuff, or taking over some of the fortresses. Their primary goal is to help with mining, gathering, and Spartoid monsters to contribute points in that capacity. And in exchange, they can hopefully gather a fairly substantial amount of crystals that they can use to go into the VIP shops and also the regular shops to buy the 30-day speed ups and any other the speed ups or resources or anything that they need to help them to be successful in their next continent. They'll migrate back to their original home continent, and they'll take that approach to attempt to be more successful that way. And so that would be the first option. I did not do that option because the migration was towards the rookie league, and within the rookie league, you had to give up your rewards for your current continent versus continent. So I opted to just stay, and so I'm actually staying in my home kingdom, continent 4 here. And what I've decided to do to prepare for it is to one, gather the resources instead. And I've spent most of my crystals already on the VIP shop and also gathering any of the other things that I may need token wise. And I think in terms of the resources, typically to have a successful continent versus continent, to be able to get loca vouchers, I think in general to place in that category where you can receive, I think you'll need about 1.2 or so billion corn food, and then 1.3, 1.4-ish wood, and then I think around 1.5 billion stones, and roughly about 1.3, 1.4 billion gold. So as you can see, I'm a little bit behind in the food, wood, and stone category, but I'm okay for the gold piece of it. In the event that I'm not able to do it, I can show you from my inventory perspective. I've been accumulating a lot of these resource tokens, so I think I would be okay from that perspective. And then the other, so I have enough in reserve. So worst case scenario, I just dip into my reserve if I'm not able to gather all of these resources. The the boost piece, what my objective is to participate in events that give me these 8-hour shields. The 1-day shields no longer given by League of Kingdoms, I believe. They only allow you to have the 8-hour ones now. And then what I want to do is, I think these you just kind of collect them as they come along, and I don't think you'll end up in a situation where you'll end up using all of these other ones. So I think you're okay. The only thing is the shields, to try to accumulate as many as you can. In terms of the speed ups, you just try to buy as many speed ups and save them in reserve. And then hopefully the rest you'll use your crystals that you earned during the continent versus continent throughout to buy them as you need them. And then the other important thing is the teleport, the advanced teleport. You want to accumulate as many of them as you can from your alliance shops, and I'm sorry, the shrines, I believe. And then your alliance teleport, you buy them from your shop. So I usually alternate between that and then the mastery talent reset tier. So those are the two that I buy from the Alliance shop, primarily the Alliance teleport and the Master reset. So those are the two items. And And then let's see here. Oh, here's an example for a quest. I can show you here the event. So they have, I believe it's every other week. You can accumulate. So today is a good example here. I can show you. Let's see here. And it's from completing the troop training. It's 100,000 training troops. Here it is. So you can for I think it's every other week. So the nice thing is you can get these 20% march capacity, and then the 8 hours, and then the teleport as well. So every other week, it's a pretty good setup. So I would encourage you to complete these for the 100,000 troop training, and then I think that it also comes with bonuses as well. You can do the kingdom power. You can train, so you can collect some additional ones, and it's it's also a nice event too. You have the Kingdom Safety event. You can collect these as well. You can kill like 100 monsters. You can get these for the particular skeleton or orcs or golem annihilation. I usually just do 3 level 5, and then I do the level 6 to collect the two. The rest I don't really concentrate on it, because I think I just don't really have time to focus on it from an AP perspective. So I usually leave those alone. And the VIP shop here, I usually just buy the ones that I can, which are the APs. I do buy the resource tokens, whether using crystals or not, or exchange for other resources. I do get them, so I can convert them. It's a good way to, I think, to practice saving them for the future. So, and I, even though I maxed at VIP 17, I still buy these VIP tokens just in case VIP 18 is released one day. At least I can just kind of save for them. And in terms of like what I'm also doing here for my academy research, what I'm trying to do is actually maxed out everything from the battle. So I've maxed pretty much everything here except for the archers, the two attacks there afterwards, and then I believe I should be done with this, and then I'll work on the advanced piece of it after. And I think my goal is to complete this before the next continent versus continent piece, and then the other piece is the treasures piece. My goal is to, before the next continent versus continent, is to complete the next is to max the heavenly berry. So that's one of the objectives I'm trying to complete, and ultimately I'm trying to max out the heavenly berry, and then if I during the continent versus continent, I'll work on the Perdition's blade here, and then right after that, probably these are my priorities: the Heart of Star. So those are my top three. I want to max out, get them to 5 stars on the legendary piece of it. And then let's see here for. And then just to accumulate as many of these, so I can just go many of the crystals here. So I can, as you can see, with I try to pretty much buy as many items as possible from the VIP shops, except for these speed ups that you get for free and things like that. And then I'm trying to finish my teleport, the free teleport piece. I have the research. I have them on 3 star, but I'm trying to get the 4th star for that item there. Let's see here. And then I believe so. My goal is to just try to accumulate as many resources, speed ups as possible, and then the alliance for the alliance shops. I'm trying to get the alliance teleport, and also the mastery reset from the alliance shop. I think that's pretty much it, and then just I try to. Unfortunately, I came back home with too many troops, so I don't really know what to do with my troop count there for the next continent versus continent, because I'm gonna start out being a bit behind everyone, because during the first week, or maybe even possibly going to the second week, if we don't have any battles, I won't really have the opportunity to do training. So my goal within the next continent versus continent, the first week, is to put my troops in as many places as possible to lose them, essentially. And the other, I came back with some hospital as well, so I'm just trying to let it go down. But unfortunately, I'm doing like monsters. I'm doing rallies and participating in some things that are just accumulating. So my hospital hasn't really come down on it. So that's my goal, is to get these things down to something that's manageable. This is pretty much it. My strategy for preparing for the next continent versus continent. Thank you so much.